Hello there, Commonwealth from here, and as we're inching ever so closer to the Nintendo Switch successor reveal, there might be some information coming out from not Nintendo themselves, but at least where the system is being made. So that is the information, at least. This information comes originally from a Famiboard post that I can't show you or talk about due to the rules at the post here, but the information has been reiterated by multiple sources, including Reddit posts and also Reset Era. And that is that a lot of the information fits with a lot of the information, with a lot of the reports we have seen as of late, which would also make sense as a lot of these have been components and other details that have been coming through. But the difference here being that you already have markings on the system, so they are giving a lot of hints, and the biggest one of them, of course, is the name of the system itself. Nintendo has officially been using the Nintendo Switch successor, or the successor to the Nintendo Switch, just like we had with the sequel to The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, while everyone was calling it Breath of the Wild 2. But in this case, Nintendo might actually go for the simplest solution, the Super Mario Galaxy solution, just adding a 2 after the original name. And it is what makes sense. It has been the strategy of the Sony PlayStation since PlayStation 2, and it's a strategy that has worked very well for them because of the Pro line that they have. PlayStation 5 Pro, PlayStation 4 Pro. And I think Nintendo wants to avoid any confusion after, the U for the Wii U. A number is more indicative of a succession than a name even, as long as the rest of the system has a name, because otherwise you could confuse it and think it is an add-on or just the top model of the existing line of products instead of a new system. This is also why Sony decided back in the day when they were launching the PlayStation successor to call it just the PlayStation 2, and then PlayStation 3, 4, 5, and so on. To the point that the system is not any longer called even the Sony PlayStation, it's just called the PlayStation. And I think Nintendo might be thinking the same way. If the Switch branding can work the way that they have this generation, and the Switch successor, or Switch 2 in this case, is successful, then they can just continue with it and have a Switch 3, Switch 4, 5, and so on in the future. Maybe even dropping Nintendo in front of it, because the Switch is the brand. Just like PlayStation is the brand, Sony doesn't even need to put their logo or name on the PlayStation. So there could be something about this. But then again, we have more information confirming bezel being limited even more than it used to be, and the screen being most likely, just like we have heard, 8 inches, so bigger than the OLED version, which is 7 inches. What we have been hearing from other sources is that it's LCD, but it is Full HD 1080p. This goes very well with the reports we have heard. And by the way, the 1080p 8 inches LCD display is exactly the same that the PlayStation Portal has, so we're still following the PlayStation line of 4-tier, taking good ideas but probably making them better. That's the best way of putting it. And when it comes to the other information that comes from this source, then we have that the Joy-Cons have a black and white color scheme as one of the color designs. As we remember, the Nintendo Switch when it launched had 2 color schemes. We had the gray ones, and then we had the blue and red ones. So I think it could very well be the case again, the basic this time being black and white. As we remember, we didn't get official white Joy-Cons from Nintendo until the launch of the Nintendo Switch OLED system back in 2021. So black and white makes sense, and you can kind of course it's not the case, but you could sort of think of it as a tribute to Etika, which we also know had white and black as his branding for Joy-Con boys. For just too sad that he's not with us reacting, because, well, he was the Joy-Con king, as he would like to call it. That is that, but we have heard rumors about them being magnetic, or reports of it, including from Mobapad about it being magnetic. It is a very solid concept, something that Endo has also visualized, but the thing is that this report instead says that they will still be connected, but I think that it is magnetic. The information that has been coming from multiple sources, and it's more likely that that is the case. And why is it going to be called Nintendo Switch 2? Well, the logo is on the system itself from the source. I think going with this strategy is just good because it's an overall improvement, just like with the kickstand in this case. The kickstand on the regular Nintendo Switch, that being the $300 one, the $299 one, is terrible. Let's be honest, it constantly falls over. It was almost worthless for flights, mainly because the slightest turbulence and the thing would fall. But it looks like they are going for a proper kickstand and it's more U-shaped this time, which is quite interesting. It might be that you don't need to pull out a bigger piece anymore, but just a smaller piece that does the same job that you have on the OLED system. I think that could be a good solution for the system overall. Then there have, of course, been information about the system itself, and mainly the pricing, and that being $399. I think it's the ideal price. This is the price point you can go for with this level of hardware. And if the hardware isn't stronger than, say, a PlayStation 4 before DLSS, or slightly above that, and then the DLSS does the magic, I think that is the price point you need to go for. Going above that will be dangerous, because the PlayStation 5 is priced at $500. It's gone a little bit higher up as of late, but I think that even $449 is dangerous territory, especially if you plan an OLED upgrade later down the line during that generation, because then we're talking about the 500 range for that upgrade. But I do believe that the system, while being somewhat bigger, of course, because of the bigger display than the Nintendo Switch, can't go much higher than $100 compared to the regular Nintendo Switch. And the reason is that you want to have a marketing advantage over the PlayStation 5, and especially the PlayStation 5 Pro, which really dropped the ball with $700. And if all of these other informations about the white and black Joy-Cons and streamlined U-shaped kickstand is the case, then that would be great. Another rumor that has also been coming up is what kind of lighting the Nintendo Switch 2 will have. And that is pretty much all of it. I really hope that not much more will be coming out before the reveal of the system. I want to see the system for myself with my own eyes. I don't want a 4chan post, a Reddit post, Famiboard, Reset Era, or any other sort of source to ruin this. And I'm glad that there's been no leaks or reports on any of the games, that being most likely the new 3D Mario, Mario Kart, and the likes. I just want this to be revealed by Nintendo, but with these kind of informations coming out, I think it's better for Nintendo to reveal it as soon as possible, so that they don't end up with a situation which gets out of control. Because when a picture is out there, you can take down the original post, but it's still going to be on the internet and people are still going to share it and so on. I really hope Nintendo just goes in and reveals the system as quickly as possible. Just want to hear your thoughts, opinions about all of this. Do you think it is accurate? And we have also heard some rumors about the dual screen. I know it's based on the patents that we saw quite some time back now. Who knows, it might be an attachable, just like the whole thing with Nintendo Switch Attach and YouTube. I just want this to end. I want Nintendo to reveal the system finally and give us what we have been waiting for such a long time. We have the OLED system for the holiday already. In Australia, it's with Super Mario Bros. Wonder. In the US, it's obviously with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The difference being that one, it's OLED, the Switch OLED, and the other being that it is 12 months of free Nintendo Switch Online instead of 3 months, which has been the case with the holiday bundles up to this point. Anyway, if you haven't already, then be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and press the notification bell to not miss any upcoming videos, and of course, the reveal itself. Last but not least, a big thanks to you for watching, and to all of our patreon.com/commonrealm patrons. Special shoutouts go to our producers Zach Johnson and JC Funk, and heroes Holly Wolf, Cheryl, and Garrett Hoy. You rock, and please enjoy one or both of these two awesome videos.